Hi guys, so it's Lisa here. So we left off last time that had obviously the positive tests and we were waiting on our scan. So we had that last week and to be honest, me and my husband were quite nervous because of all what we've been through before. It's always a bit of a worry that it's not going to be how you want it to be, and both previous scans that we've had were not great, so but I was absolutely fine. We went in there, we wasn't in there very long, and she said baby looks fine, and I think it was about between our 6 and 7 weeks, so it was last Thursday, and we're about 7 weeks, we were 7 weeks Saturday just gone, so it was in between the 6 and 7 weeks. It was on a Thursday, so the baby was measuring about 6 weeks and 5 days, so right on track, and we were both really pleased. It's kind of a big relief, to be honest, to know that everything's all okay and baby's doing well. And then sort of 2 minutes later she flicked on a sound that was the heartbeat, so we only got to sort of hear it for a very brief second, but it was quite amazing really. It kind of took me by shock because I was sort of looking at my husband, and then the next minute she played it and I looked at her, I was like, oh wow, is that the heartbeat? And so yeah, me and my husband were just amazed. They gave us some photos, which was great, and said sort of get yourself changed because it was an internal ultrasound scan, because they can't detect anything when they just do your tummy one this early on. And they said to go and take a seat in the room. This is at the fertility clinic, and then she would come and speak to us, which she did. She gave us some pictures, she gave us our sort of sign-off form to say we signed off the fertility clinic now, and sort of a sheet of what to do next. So all sort of a bit of aftercare on now that you're pregnant, what you should and shouldn't do, what you should and shouldn't eat, that sort of thing really. And then a sheet with all the dates that we needed for, and they just basically said that we had to go back through our GP to make a referral. So the sheet was to sort of give to the midwife, so they have an idea of what days that you had the egg collection, what days you had the egg transferred back in, and all that sort of thing, the embryo transfer. So yeah, so we were really pleased. So yeah, it's kind of a big relief, and it kind of puts your mind at ease, which is great. Generally, since not Saturday just gone, the Saturday before, I've been having headaches on and off. It was a lot more worse last week than it has been this week, headache wise. Been feeling sick. When I eat it does help, but it comes back quite quick. Touch wood, I haven't actually been sick, but just feeling sick. But then eating regularly to try and stop that from happening, although you don't want to eat, it actually makes me feel better and less sick when I do. Like I said, I've been having headaches, but the only thing is there's not a lot you can do or take, so you can only take paracetamol. They don't allow you to take anything else when you're pregnant. You can sort of put cold flannels on your head, drinking lots, eating regularly. I've been putting some sort of, they're called migraine slips, and basically they're little cold strips you stick on your head, and the forehead stuff as well, and it's just kind of cooling, and yeah, it just helps a bit. It doesn't get rid of it by any means. Some days they can be so bad they can make me feel it much more sick than I actually feel, which isn't particularly great, so you kind of having to breathe through things. And I remember doing a treatment last week actually, my massage, and I just kept thinking and breathe just to get through it, just thinking how am I going to cope with it. But you do, and it's fine, and like I said, it goes up and down. So headaches were worse last week but better this week, and they said it's all down to your hormones, so it's kind of just taking the good with the bad really, and just taking it easy when you can, getting lots of rest and all that sort of thing as well, which I'm doing. So, and it seems to be helping, which is good. But other than that, not feeling too bad, getting a bit of backache and stuff as well, but again, can only take paracetamol for it, nothing else, or put in hot sort of compresses on it, so like a barley bag or a hot water bottle, but obviously don't allow yourself to get too hot either, because you're not allowed your body temperature to go above a certain degrees when you're pregnant, so that things like saunas and steam rooms you have to avoid, in hot baths and all that sort of thing. So just having something like that on just ease the pressure. But generally feeling okay, better this week, I got to be honest. I got a bit of a headache today actually, tell a lie, but I probably haven't drunk as enough as I should have done today, so that will be my task for the rest of the day, to make sure I'm drinking enough. Haven't really been put off by any foods as such, just craving a lot of fatty food. So I like chips and like don't know, like chicken burgers, or I don't know, those sorts of fatty rubbish kind of foods. But that's the thing I'm craving at the minute, to be honest, rather than a salad or a lovely sandwich. It's, yeah, I could have a KFC, it appeals to me. But other than that, not doing too bad. So we then obviously left the hospital and got our referral through the doctors, which I had today. So went into the doctors and they basically gave me a little pack that I just have to read upon again, with all the aftercare of being pregnant, what do's and don'ts and all that sort of thing. So things like don't eat pate, no drinking alcohol, no vigorous exercise that you're not used to, no sort of soft or blue cheeses, so things like camembert and stuff like that, no smoking, not that I do any of this anyway, so it's fine, I've been pretty good so far, no raw meats, that sort of thing really. So yeah, so they gave us that, and then they gave us a form that we have to fill out, that we can send off and have to sort of help with prescriptions and stuff, because when you're pregnant you don't have to pay for prescriptions. So she gave me that, and also a form which we actually do the referral. So I had to email someone through the hospital that we're getting referred to, and they do it. I think it's a new system that's come into place. I think it's only been going about 6 weeks, so the doctor said, and she said basically you just contact them and then they book you in, rather than going through the doctors. Sometimes I think it takes a bit longer, where you can email them straight away and then they'll put you in their system, and then they'll get someone to get hold of you like a midwife, to arrange a convenient time for you and for them. So just waiting to hear back from them. I have emailed them straight away as soon as I got back with all the information they needed. So they need your name, your address, your date of birth, your hospital number, last date of your period. The fact that we went through IVF was something she did tell me to mention, although it doesn't actually say it on the form, because it's just for somebody who gets pregnant naturally. So I did mention all that as well. And then I got an email back saying, please can you give me your hospital number and your date of birth. So I was a bit, hello, I've already put it on the previous email. I just wrote a really long email to you with everything that you needed in it. But she did apologise and say sorry, she misread it. I'm not really sure quite what she did, to be honest. But she said now we're on a system and I just have to wait to hear back from a midwife. So we kind of take it from there really. So we're now waiting for our first appointment, and it'll be a scan anywhere between 10 to 14 weeks, sorry, I believe. So we'll just wait and see. We are actually obviously 8 weeks on Saturday coming up now, so 2 months gone by very quickly, but I'm very anxious to get on with sort of the next scan and just check that everything's plodding along okay, and make sure baby's fine. But yeah, it's all going really well and we're really excited, but just sort of we try not to get our hopes up too much, as in that it's still early stages. That's the thing. You don't want to be let down again, I suppose. So in my mind I'm super excited, but there's that little part of me that's sort of a bit more reserved and thinks, no, you need to be sensible, it's still early, you don't know, just take it stage by stage and see how things go. But yeah, it's amazing. I'm so over the moon, and so is my husband. We literally can't believe it, and we can't wait for the next stage. So I'm going to kind of keep you updated on how I'm feeling and the next scan and things like that as we go along. Obviously I don't know when any of that's going to be at the moment, so I will let you know when I know. Something I did want to mention is the previous video I put up was actually the embryo. Obviously I didn't speak in the video because it was just literally a video of the embryo, but basically we paid for the embryo scope, and that was the video of our embryo, the one they put in us. So that is our little baby. It's very amazing to see it go from sort of 2 cells to 4 cells to 8 cells. It's quite incredible, all the way through to the blastocyte. So it's a really amazing video. If you haven't watched it yet, please check it out because it is incredible. And it's kind of weird to think that we all form from that in some way that's microscopic. It's insane, but check it out, and like I said, I'll keep you updated. It was really, really nice to talk to you all, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care, guys. Bye.